This is the most crucial step to every food plot. I always tell people your soil samples, your soil tests is the blueprint to your food plot. And if you're not going to do soil samples and you're going to skip that, you're going to have a hard go right off the bat, because this is what you need to do to get maximum results. So let's take a ride down the field. We'll get some samples and we'll see you real soon here. All right, folks, we're down on one of our smaller plots, and we're going to take some soil samples off it, have it sent out and have it tested. And this is the most crucial part. I tell everybody again and again, the soil sample, the soil test is the blueprint to your food plot. Without it, you're just guessing. I mean, because there's no way you can just look at soil and see if it's good or if it's bad or if it needs lime or if it needs what type of fertilizer. And it's going to depend on what you're going to plant on the plot as well. So keep that in mind when you're doing soil samples, and when you get those test results back, you know, before you even send them out, you know, make sure you know what you're going to plant on that plot for that year, because it's going to make a difference in your readings for types of fertilizer and how much different types of fertilizer you might need. So I'm going to show you what you need to do a soil sample, and we'll go from there. So doing soil samples isn't difficult. I got these little 1 gallon pails, and I got a spade shovel there, and then I got this little spade shovel. So I'll show you what we're gonna do here. And it's a very easy task to do. Now if you look around here, this is one of our getting some grass. Well, I don't know what that was, but it didn't sound good. Huh. But anyway, this is one of our smaller plots. This plot is only 1/8 of an acre. But this is why it's so crucial to do soil samples, because you want to get the maximum tonnage that you possibly can on, especially on these small plots, because if only half this plot grows, you have less than 1/8 of an acre of food. I mean, there's not a heck of a lot of food here to begin with, but at least you'll have a decent amount of food here. And I've seen deer on here all the time, and turkeys and so on, but it's real wet down in here. Well, all this rain we've had and stuff. But very simple. Take a soil sample, and I'm going to hold my camera here while I do this, and just scrape away the leaf residue, basically. And you might get some in there, but you can pick that out later. And then what you do is just get down in here a little ways, like that. And just dump it in your bucket. And you do that. They say you should do it anywhere between 10 and 20 different areas throughout a 1 acre plot. And on a plot this size, I usually try to get about 6 to 8 different areas and get a good reading, and this way I know what I'm going through. So let's go through these samples. I'll get the rest of these samples here, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so we're back now, and I'm going to show you this. There's our soil sample. Now, that is absolutely way too much, but the reason I collect that much is obviously now I can mix it up. And that's what I use that small spade shovel for, is to mix it all together. And then I'll put it in the bags up top, and when we get back to the cabin, and we'll get the information filled out that we need. We'll get this. I took 8 different samples off of this plot, so a couple down and below, and a few up high, and a few over in this area here. So but we'll get this figured out, and we'll head on up to the next plot. Okay, folks, now we're up on our other plot. This is up on a little higher ground, this plot, but it's still wet, still holds some moisture up in here. But this is the first plot I ever did. This is almost a half acre, this plot. And it was planted in Whitetail Institute Imperial Clover. I planted this in 2018. And got some deer tracks in here. That's pretty cool. They're still coming in here. But I'm gonna let this grow up into clover this year, and I'm gonna maintain it throughout the season, but it's starting to lose its attractability. It's been in here for 5 years now, and it's starting to get quite a bit of grass in it and stuff, and getting ahead of us here. So we're gonna probably in about July, we're gonna turn this under, and we're gonna put this one in a fall annual. And then down below where we had fall annuals, we're gonna put that in a perennial. So we're gonna rotate this year with stuff. And I said, this is a pretty good sized plot. This is the first one I've ever done. And 2018 here in northeastern Pennsylvania, where we are, we had 73 inches of rain for that year. So we had double the amount of rain that we ordinarily do for the season. So it was an exceptionally hard year to get things to go. And the clover's getting snuffed out of here because of the grass and stuff. And I could see up here I even got some new grass. This is brand new grass coming in. So, but the clover's thinning out. You know, you get anywhere between 5 and 7 years out of an annual or a perennial, such as Whitetail Institute clover. And it did a fabulous job. I got a lot of pictures of a lot of deer on here and stuff. So, but it's time to rotate crops, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take some soil samples off this, and then we'll go back down to cabin, and I'll show you how we get them prepared to ship out. So we'll be back. Okay, folks, well, okay, we're back. As you can see, it's a beautiful day, and this is the soil we took off that first plot, but it's really wet. So as you can see, I took a piece of cardboard, and it's sunny out, so just take that small spade shovel I was telling you about, just break it up, and it doesn't have to be completely dried, but I don't want to send mud. So I'll let that lay in the sun for a while. And then we'll come back over to here, and these are the test kits that I use. These are Whitetail Institute soil test kits. You can buy them on their website or some co-ops and ag stores sell them. So they run, I don't know, around $15, I guess. So by the time you buy the soil test kit itself and you pay for the shipping to mail it to them, it costs you right around $21, $22 per soil test. But it is well worth it. Worth every penny. And we'll show you how all of this works out, and how we package it and stuff, and how we have to fill out the form to send down to Whitetail. So, okay, so now here I am at the cabin. So as you can see, it shows right on the information form exactly what you have to do. Not much to it, but, and of course postage must be added. So don't just throw it in the mailbox and expect the mailman to take it, because he won't. Well, folks, that about sums it up for today. I hope you learned something about doing soil samples, taking soil samples and sending them out to be tested, and realizing the importance of having that done. And you know, remember, the soil test is the blueprint to your food plot. You know, regardless of what they're manufacturing or building today, whether it be a new house or blueprints for a car, whatever they're doing, there's a blueprint out there to make it happen and make it all come together. And that is what you need to do food plots as well. You know, that's how you're going to get your maximum results. Without all the guesswork, you can save yourself a lot of money just by getting a soil test done. And down the road, when you plant and you got the right amount of lime, the right amount of fertilizer, and your timing is right, tillage is good, and you get the results, it makes you really, really proud of what you've done. So don't take any shortcuts. Here, take shortcuts and you're going to end up with bad results. And people say, well, food plots are a fluke. I can't grow food plots. My soil's no good, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case. You know, it's not rocket science to build food plots. It just takes steps. It's like doing a puzzle, and that's what you need to do. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I helped you out today, taking these soil samples, showing you how to do it, and showing you how to send them out to Whitetail Institute. You can use another soil test kit if you'd like, and you know, a lot of the colleges will do your soil samples. The problem is with the college soil samples is you basically have to have a degree in college to be able to learn how to read them and understand them, where Whitetail Institute takes all that guesswork away from you. And like I said, I'm not promoting them one way or another. You can use what you want, but if you want to get your soil tested and you want to have good results and have it easy for you to read without the college degree, Whitetail Institute's the way to go. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and we'll be doing a lot more videos in the future. Take care and be good.